If it's Hi everybody, it's Burge, Bubble Talk with Burge. I'm live on location, so I hope you can see in the background Atlanta. I can't tell because I've got my sunglasses on, but let's see. Yeah, I'm on location at Crestlawn Cemetery. Can you believe it? I'm up here visiting a friend. No, but I'm with a friend, one of my best friends in all the world. It's her 60th birthday. So, hi Julie. So can you see Atlanta, Julie? Can you see it in the, just text me or share with me if you can see. But I'm here in Atlanta. And hi, Nancy Matthews is watching. Hello. Hi, Julie. So I wanted just to say I'm live on location here in Atlanta at the top of Crestlawn Cemetery of all places. So hi, David. Hopefully all of you can see. Oh, all you can see is trees. I want to see if you can see Atlanta in the background. This is a beautiful top perch up here. So, hey, Nancy Matthews. Hi, you look so beautiful. Takes one to know one. So here I am doing my Bubble Talk with Burge. Are you ready to get burged? Here I am with my movie star sunglasses on. It's wind and everything up here. So, oh good, so you can see Atlanta. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure you could see. So we're at the very top and you can kind of see out in the distance Atlanta, some of the skyline here in Atlanta, Georgia. And like I said, we're celebrating my friend Pulley's 60th birthday, not today, but this month or last month, but who cares? The 60th year, right? And so we're all together and I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop and do this because I love you guys and I know you want to get burged even though we're out here in the sun and the cemetery. How bizarre. It's small, but we can see the city. Okay, cool. So I'll show you the city when we're finished, but here is my Bubble Talk with Burge. We're ready to pull a card for this week. So I wonder what message. And those of you who have never seen this before, remember Bubble Talk is the subconscious thought that keeps you from getting what you want. It's that little bubble above your head. That little bubble that says, like in a cartoon character, it's what they're thinking. So that is what their subconscious is thinking, even though you're saying, I want to be happy, I want to have $1 million, I want to have a great relationship. And yet your conscious thought and your subconscious thought could not be aligned, and it makes it a lot harder to get what you want. So check out essenceofbeing.com. and you can get your own set of cards. They're infused with magic, but let's see what it is today. You want to? All right, and then I'll show you the city view up here. Can you believe I'm in a cemetery? So I'm saying hello to all of our spirits here. So let's see what our message is today. Let's pull a card randomly. Oh, how nice. It says, and it's backwards again, someday somebody's going to show me how to make this forward. It says mastery. Mastery is a measure of being in the flow. So, the flow of life is all around you. Mastery is being so powerfully in the flow that you create your life effortlessly. So, this message is for us this week. Are you creating your life effortlessly? Are you in the flow? Or do you feel like you're paddling uphill? Do you have things happening and attracting things to you in an easily graceful way, or has it been really difficult sometimes? So a lot of times if we don't get what we want in our life, oftentimes what happens is we beat ourselves up, don't we? We feel bad, we feel guilty, we should have, we could have. You know, we're turning 60 this year, so it's like, where did my life go? Why did this happen this way? I coulda, woulda, shoulda. And so we beat ourselves up and feel guilty about it sometimes. And so when we're in the flow, things just sort of happen for us. And then what that means is if you're feeling bad about what you don't have right now, or if you feel like you should be in a different place in your life, then you feel guilty. And so guilt demands punishment. So the thing I want to share with you right now is that if you feel like you have not been in the flow, or maybe you've been in and out of the flow, because you can tell the difference, right? Sometimes you're in the flow and sometimes you're not. So if you're feeling guilty, though, that's going to demand punishment, meaning that that's the energy that you're sending out. That's the energy that you're sending out into the world, that I'm guilty. And so what happens in a courtroom? Guilty demands punishment. And so what we end up doing, subconsciously, I know no one thinks this, okay, but subconsciously, we attract people to us that will either punish us or we self-sabotage. So just think about, do I do that? Do I self-sabotage? Things are kind of going smooth, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happens, and then I self-sabotage myself. I almost made it, almost got the promotion, almost got the person that I wanted, whatever it is. And then we self-sabotage it on a subconscious level. I know that nobody sits around and thinks about, I'm going to self-sabotage myself today. It's all subconscious. It's in that bubble talk. And that's why I'm doing these series live every Tuesday and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, so I can pull a card for us to say, you know what? Maybe not so much. Maybe there's another way to be. Maybe if we understand how being a masters in our life is making small corrections and not beating ourselves up. Mastery is making small corrections without invalidating ourselves. So it's called trim tabbing, sort of like it's what Buckminster Fuller talks about and what sailors do. They trim tab, they course correct. They course correct without invalidating themselves, because you're learning. As long as you're playing in the world, you're learning. And as long as you're learning, you're growing. And as long as you're growing, you're participating. And as long as you're participating, you're creating. The minute you stop participating, you stop creating, you stop having an effect in the world. And maybe you don't get what you want. Maybe things just don't turn out the way you want. But I'm here to tell you this, that if you just understand this one concept about mastery as being in the flow, and understanding the difference between when you're in the flow and when you're out of the flow, and what do you do when you're out of the flow? What happens? How do you respond to that? Do you react to that and say, I'm stupid? Hi, Mike Stewart. Oh, so do you just beat yourself up? No. My suggestion is this, that here we are in this beautiful day today at Crest Lawn Cemetery in Atlanta. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful view. Among all of the interesting connections that are still here, my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, and my aunt are here. Their bodies are. And so here with my really, the one friend, her name is Pulley, and she is the one who named me Burge. So it's her fault that I'm here getting burged. I'm burging you, okay? So I'm glad you joined me today to understand about mastery as being in the flow, and that if you find yourself feeling guilty and beating yourself up, just remember that all you have to do is say, I'm course correcting without invalidating myself. Because what is the opposite of guilt? Innocence. So look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, I'm innocent. Take a deep breath and say it 10 times, looking yourself in the mirror, saying, I am innocent. I choose to be innocent. And so that will help you in feeling better about yourself, feeling more innocent. That little girl or that little boy inside of you, all they want to do is play. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still there. And so as we get older, we think, well, we should be at a certain level in our life. And we should have already done certain things in our life and accomplished so many things. So I just want to say, I love you. I am grateful for this day. I'm grateful to you, Pulley, for being here in my life. I'm grateful for all of the people in my life that have made such a difference. This is my 60th year this year, and I'm here to reflect on what this really means about being in the flow and allowing myself to be the true master that we all are and that I am. And that bubble talk, that subconscious thought that's there that might be beating myself up for saying I could have been in a different place by now. Really, it's really owning my own innocence again. To say, I am perfect just the way I am. And I am innocent. And that little girl inside of me just wants to play. And therefore, any corrections that I make throughout my life, it's just course correcting. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It doesn't mean that I haven't done well or that I'm not showing up the way I'd like sometimes. It just means that I'm course correcting. I'm off course a little bit. So being a master is really understanding the flow of life. So my advice, if you choose to accept it, is just take a deep breath, look in the mirror every day and say, you are innocent. and you just got burged. So Bubble Talk with Burge. Thank you for joining me today. And Friday I'll see you. Actually, I'll be speaking Friday in Washington, D.C. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to speak to you exactly at 4, but we'll see. Eastern Standard Time. So I really appreciate you watching and seeing this beautiful Atlanta skyline. Let me see if I can show you that before we head out here. Let's see. Hopefully you can see. I can't see what I'm showing you, but there it is with Buckhead and the beautiful Atlanta skyline here. Okay, up in the cemetery of all places. So until we meet again, you've been Burged. Bubble Talk with Burge. See you Friday.